most of the time you're in the woods, but every once in a while you break out into one of these little clearings, little vales, I don't know. But there's all kinds of beautiful wildflowers. I mean, probably in the official classification weeds, but every once in a while I'm finding today some blackberries. And of course right now at the moment I don't see any, but if I see some I'll get a picture, put it in for you. Good morning from day 49. Hiking through Vermont. A little bit of hills, no real mountains to speak of so far. Up through the top there's some what are left of blackberries. I just saw a couple of not ripe ones down there. I think the wildlife and the hikers have probably picked through the majority of the ripe ones, but one always hopes for more, and we just keep hiking on. Stayed in a shelter last night. There's only one other guy in the shelter, and he was a retired urologist from San Angelo, so it was kind of an interesting conversation, and talking about our journeys, our common experiences in different places. Kind of neat to run across Texans and others that have commonalities with you. They also have tent sites and apparently Wi-Fi, which means that I can maybe upload my next YouTube video. That would be nice. You can see the trail's a little bit up, but mostly just wide and not too rocky or rooty. And so every time that I come across a piece of trail like this, I'm really thankful. Like I've mentioned before, you don't get to see too much of the super hard trail because I can't tape or film or video the hard stuff and not crash. So I hope you understand that you might be getting a little bit of a easy version visually of the trail in place of some of the difficult parts. But the last couple of days, as the northbound hikers have kind of told me, have gotten quite a bit easier, and so I'm excited about that. Looking forward to making miles and seeing new country and enjoying what there is to enjoy. The other side is, it's really nice, is yesterday and the promise of today looked to be a lot friendlier weather. For about 4 days it was hot and I was sweating a lot, and I was kidding with the other hikers and told them that I thought I flew away from this when I flew out of Texas, but Today looks to promise to be a really pretty day, a good day for hiking. And then I also got to see yesterday, and I think I probably put a picture up of the tubes on the maple trees that they get the maple syrup from. And I think that's kind of cool, something I've heard about all my life but never seen. Welcome to day 50. Day 50 finds us in Vermont, hiking on some pretty nice trail. Gonna probably try to do about 16, almost 17 miles today. The terrain doesn't look real tough, and there's a state park at the end of that distance that apparently has a shower that you put quarters in and to get the time, and a shower was always nice and a welcome thing to have. Okay, so now I'm gonna try to share with you what lunch typically looks like on the trail. I've been hiking along since about 7:15 this morning, and it's currently 12:20. I found a comfortable place to sit. That little silver thing is my sit pad. It folds up and weighs just less than an ounce. It's tiny, but it sure is nice to not have to sit on a wet ground or dirt or whatever. And so I keep with me my trusty bench-made bug-out pocket knife, and mostly, pretty much all I've used it for so far this trip is to cut cheese. Down in my food bag there's a block of cheese. I try to keep a block of cheese with me because it's a good source of calories and nutrients as we go. There's some beef sticks and a whole variety of other things, and we'll talk about others in breakfast and dinner when I get to those. And I resupply that every 3, 4, 5 days. You can see in the top it's got quite a few things in it. There's my coffee, there's the breakfast oatmeal mix, there's the tortillas that I'll make for lunch, and I've already got a couple of tortillas and a meat bar. Sometimes I use packets of tuna, and I've got some cheese that I'll cut up in a minute and put on there and make a burrito. You can see I've got 2 tortillas. The second one I'll probably put peanut butter and maybe some raisins or trail mix on as more of a sweet kind of dessert for my lunch, and we'll see as that goes. Well, that might not look very appetizing as a lunch, but you know, it's amazing how being out of doors and developing a hunger by hiking hard makes things taste a lot better than they might at your dinner table in the regular world. But I sure am enjoying this, and I hope whatever you have for lunch today meets your needs as well. Coming down the trail right along this little brook with some little, not really falls, but trickles of water that make the nice relaxing sound. So you're hiking along and the trail gets just a little too steep, so somebody puts a ladder in there for you. Just hiking along here in Vermont, going up a little mountain, and thought I'd take you with me for a minute. I just want to show you a real example of kind of the craziness of the roots. that as we go up the trail, some of these trees, their roots provide a good step, but they also hang up your toes and get slick when it's wet. And so smooth flat ground is definitely the preference, but there's a lot more of a lot of other things on the trail, a lot of surfaces. The mountains seem to have flattened out definitely since I left New Hampshire and Maine. I'm getting bigger days. I think I hiked 16 yesterday and 20 the day before. I'm gonna hike about 16, I think, today, and go into town and get some town food and resupply. My food bag's pretty much empty. I've got enough for lunch, and that's it. But I should have supper in town today. And who are you?
And my name is Julia, aka Lil Juge.
And her buddies.
And this is Yams and Toomey walking away. Getting back on the trail for a grocery store.
I've gotten really lucky to be hiking with this group of 3 almost 30-year-olds for the last couple of days, and they keep me going fast.
This here's the red clover, Vermont state flower, here at the top of Bromley.